Welcome to the Doggie Dojo. My name is Trevor Smith. We have a special guest today, Zak George from the Dog Training Revolution. He just released a new book. We're going to talk about what's inside and how you can build a rewarding, happy, and healthy relationship with your dog. There's all these different breeds and breed-specific standards, but do you find that understanding your dog's breed is an important step to understanding your dog?
Well, I think understanding everything that you could possibly understand about your dog is good. I think the real question is how much do you weight a dog's breed when you're trying to consider a certain training strategy with them.
Exactly.
And we're so overly conditioned right now. It's just our culture. I don't blame anyone for thinking of it this way, but we tend, I mean collectively, to really put so much emphasis on what a dog was bred to do. For example, you've got Daisy the Border Collie, who was bred to work with sheep over here. Now, I assume you don't have any sheep. I know you got a lot of animals. No sheep?
I do not have any sheep. I do have a potbelly pig.
Okay, right. But I mean, so the fact that she was bred to work with sheep doesn't mean, oh, she's got to do that, You can find many ways to really cater to your dog's genetics without it being exactly what they were bred to do. But not only that, there's so much variance within a certain breed. You got Border Collies out there who just don't care anything about sheep, or who are very nervous, or super excited and happy, and are probably more like a traditional lab than they are a Border Collie or something like that. So understanding their breed and their history is cool, and that's good to get a nice wide-angle view. But if you try and just really force a training method on a dog because they were bred to do that, I mean, probably the most common example of this, or one of the most common, is I've got a lab, so they love water.
Exactly, yeah.
You ever tried to give a lab a bath for the first time?
I know. And most dogs, some dogs
Right.
just love it, and some labs will just take it to it like a fish to water. But I do agree with you that just because the breed book tells that your lab should like water doesn't mean it's not necessarily going to like water. And just because your Border Collie is supposed to herd sheep doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to herd sheep. And I think people mistake that with the breed. So it's important that when you see these dogs, whether it be getting any breed, is make sure, it's good to look. I find like the breed standards are good to kind of give you a basis of maybe if you're looking at, okay, what dog should I adopt? Kind of get an idea of what you're looking for. But don't be necessarily set on it too, because there's plenty of, like you can see here, Clyde, who's a mixed breed. There's plenty of good dogs out there that are mixed breeds.
Oh,
and
yes.
me understanding that he's a hound, I know that he loves to use his nose a lot. So that's something here. But he loves toys, and he loves building a relationship with me and having fun and teaching tricks and all that stuff. And I think that's one of the big important parts about the last part. I mean, you got your basic needs for a healthy life. You got your relationship needs to build a happy life, but to build a rewarding and fulfilling life for your dog is finding something that you can do with your dog, or your dog can do, that is meaningful to them in this world. And it doesn't always mean doing agility. It could just mean going on regular walks or playing fetch with your dog, or something for your dog to be able to do. And what do you think are some important activities that people can do with their dog that they can building a great relationship with? What is one of your I should say this. What is one of your favorite activities that you find that help people build a good relationship with their dog?
Well, I'm really big on play with
Yes.
dogs. I think, and I think there's a lot to this. Some more science needs to be done here. But I'm actually inspired by a book I read not too long ago called Spark. Have you ever heard of this book by chance?
I've seen it, yes.
Yeah, it's about how exercise affects the brain of people.
Okay.
And there's so many tremendous benefits neurologically, not even talking about the physical benefits of exercise, that really that are really present in human beings. And I strongly hypothesize that dogs are going through a similar thing. I mean, we're both mammals. We're more alike than we are different, quite honestly, physiologically anyway.
Play? Did someone say play?
I know, right? But I think that when you play with your dog, playing games like tug of war and fetch, there are very likely some pretty awesome neurochemicals going on in a dog's brain, flooding their bloodstream with all sorts of good stuff, and the desire to really work with people seems to be present when you get a dog playing. Now, not all dogs like to play, but if you can get your dog playing with you, I think that's the fastest way to accelerate a bond between a person and a dog.
And we saw that in a video that we did together with Clyde when we teach him how to fetch a beer out of the fridge.
Yep.
A lot of the behaviors you're doing, like tugging to open the fridge and fetching the beer, that's all play. And I mean, as amazing of a trick that is, it goes back to that basic need of building that relationship with your dog and playing with them. And whether you're teaching tricks or doing agility with your dog, all these things, and just having fun with your dog is incredibly important.
It's key, and food is a great way to also keep a dog in a good mood and having fun with you, or using the environment as a reward as well.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many ways to really reinforce good behavior, and the problem with traditional training that relies on using things like choke prong and electric collars are that they're focusing on what the dog is doing wrong, and you don't really get a dog that's enjoying training and really looking forward to listening to you. And so that's why you get such mediocre results. So like if you've ever seen, for the overwhelming majority, if not all of them, of trainers who use these types of methods, they are so reliant on the tools that those tools have to be on.
Yeah.
So finding a professional trainer who uses choke chains regularly, they almost always have that type of collar on their dog. Now I want my dogs listening to me regardless of what type of collar they have on.
You saw Clyde right now. He doesn't have a collar. It's just,
Right.
I find that basic connection is so important. Whether that is, and going back to observing your dog and knowing what their wants and needs are, is so incredibly important, because you got to know what they want. Because when they want to go chase the squirrel, want to chase the dog, or do these behaviors that we don't like them to do, it's all due to lack of a certain need that you're not fulfilling. And whether that be exercise physically or mentally, it's important to play with them and have fun with them, and and just build an incredible and enjoyable life with your dog.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. And that's definitely what it's about.
Cool. And then Zak George, if people want to find more about you and what you do, where should they go?
My YouTube channel is where everything stems out from. So Zak George's Dog Training Revolution.
Yeah. So you can check that out. I'll put a link in the description below. YouTube.com/Zak George.
Yep.
There you go.
That'll get us there. Awesome.
And thank you so much for joining us today. And everybody, go check out Zak's book. It's an incredible book. It's really fun too. I think you've done a great job. And if you aren't a big reader, you actually have it on Audible now, or you have it on audio. So
I read it myself.
Yeah, he actually reads the audiobook for his book, and it's an awesome book. And I definitely recommend everybody go check it out. And thanks for joining us again.
Hey, my pleasure. Anytime.
Yeah. Thanks again for watching here on the Doggy Dojo. Go ahead and leave a like and comment down below. Let us know maybe one of your favorite videos from Zak George. Go ahead and leave a comment down below for a chance to get a signed book from Zak George.